Alright, edition 2. Let's get this open and see what we've got in the packet. Alrighty, so we've got 10 of these bases, which means there's going to be 10 models here. So it's 10 of these Orruk Gutrippaz. So we've got another book. It's only one book in this, so we don't get all the other stuff that we got from the other one, but we'll see what's in here. So we've got stuff for reading, collecting, building, and playing, like the other one. A bit more lore in there. Grand Alliance of Order, Grand Alliance of Destruction, and here's a game page for it. Oh, so these are the names. So this is what you roll for the names, I guess. So that would be in the other book as well. Whole bunch of names. Okay. So you get to personalize each of these little characters. That's a lot of names. Okay, how to build. It's quite a few things there. So again, where to clip, line up the parts, push together, and finished part. Yeah, there we go. So there's quite a few variations of the characters in here. And they'll eventually look like this. So we got like nice red paint for the shield. It's a slight bluish teal integrated into the silver armor. Bit of brown for the loincloths, and then green for the skin, obviously. So armored saves. So that's to do with the gameplay, movement. I guess the type of gameplay, and that's about it for that. So let's get these 10 Cruel Boys Gutrippaz put together. This will probably take as long as the others because it was 10. But now that I know how to actually build these things, it should hopefully only be the time of these 3 to put together. So let's get going. Alright. So we're starting off with 48, 49, 50. Hopefully they're in a cognitive order. So we'll get 48 into 49. So those 2 pieces stick into each other, like so. Nice and tight. Unfortunately, you still get a bit of seaming, but that's fine. Actually, no, I need to take this apart. Screw it. We'll just file this down while we can. Should have filed this in the first place. So 48, 49, and then 50 drops in the front in this direction. How does this slot in? Because it goes in, but is there an angle for this? I guess we'll figure it out when the head goes on. Okay, so this drops into the top somewhere, apparently. Oh, that goes into the, so this drops in this, that lines up with this, okay. So if we rotate this that way, then this should line up with this piece. I just stabbed myself. And I threw the piece. What did I stab myself with? Ow. Oh, that hurt. Holy crap. I don't think I cut myself, but it went like in between the nail. Ooh. That's uncomfortable. Okay, where were we? Okay. Be careful with these pieces, guys, if you've got one of these. What did I stab myself with? Ah, it was... Okay, so I went straight in between the nail there. That's what happened. Okay. Piece is in. So if we rotate this piece... I don't like how these pieces don't really fit flush as such. Because they really should. But yeah, those two pieces should be stuck together. But they're not. Alright, well, we'll move on from that. Probably eventually glue that down or something. Because we've got 9 more of these to go and we need to get through this. Okay, so that's the head. So this clips in there. And that should tie the model together. I guess that's staying in there. I'm probably going to have to just glue that together. That's probably what's going to have to happen. I'm just going to have to glue this together. Because if you can see, that needs to be like that instead of like that. Alright, so that's one done. So this one goes into the top piece. And then this one clips... Ah, the piece goes through there. Okay. So that clips into there. If I can get that in. Yeah, there we go. And then that will align this up. If I can get that back in. So that will line up with that arm. And then there's a piece that's going to go through there into the hole in the back of this one. Okay, so this fits through that hole. There's a little hole there. Okay, that's confusing. Okay, let's do this one first. Oh, I screwed this up. Oh, okay, yep, I screwed this up. This definitely needs to come off. So this, that's not supposed to be a leftover hole. That's where this goes into. Which makes a lot more sense. So that goes in there. And it lines up. Okay. Yep. I read the instructions wrong because that looked like it went into the hole. But no, it's the small hole behind it. So that goes into there. This then clips onto here. That should be a tight fit. See, that looks nice. There's no seams. Not really. Like, you've got a bit of a side seam, but who cares about that? And then what you've got is this going through this hole, if I can actually get it in. And then that goes into this hole. So, like this. There we go. So just push that in. These seams should line up and it should push into those seams. Whoop. Something clicked. I hope I didn't break something. But that's now tight. And the seam is natural because it's along the piece of shirt. So that's how I feel that this should be, but it's not. This one's quite cracky. But that's sort of the way it's built. So that's put together now. 34 is the shield. Doesn't really need much touch up. As it is, it doesn't really matter if these shields have a bit of pointy wear on the side. It just looks like artifacts on the actual piece anyway. So I like how they have this little hand piece behind the shields. So that goes in there, like that, or is it the other way? No, it would have to be this way, because these pieces clip into that. Yeah, there we go. That looks so much better than this piece. Like this just looks, this feels better as well. It just seems more premium compared to this, which is like sticking out and falling apart. Oh, I stand corrected. I just managed to push that in further. There must just be more push to fit issues. But I can't fix that. That's the only... That's the one that's... Yeah. That's still not perfect, but this really came together really well. Okay, so this actually has extra instructions about it. So the spears are known as wicked stickers. It tells you how to sandwich the stuff, and this one was saying use thumb or finger to brace the arm of the model while pressing it, so you'd, yeah, squish it. Anyway, let's begin on number 3. So this goes into the bottom one. But where does it sit? So it shows the leg and it shows this facing downwards. It's like the piece for the loincloth or something. So I think that fits here. Like right there. Yeah, it goes there. I don't know why that wasn't already just a damn piece. Makes 0 sense to me why that wasn't already attached. Okay, then 40. 40 goes into the lower piece. Like that. Like that quite easily could have just been one damn piece. They already had a piece at the front, just put it in. And this is another piece that's going to have a crappy mold line across the chest. I'm assuming when you paint these, it will cover that up, but I haven't painted before, so I'm unsure if I need to glue that or whatever. Okay. So now that we've got this built, 42 goes in on this side into the little piece here, which goes through the head actually, and then this piece slightly slots into the other side of where that came through, and then this would go all the way through the body like so. Just need to get that to snap in. That's done. Okay, so piece number 3 is done. Still not a fan of the way these come together. So you got that little split there, split in the chest. I mean, that's permissible, nobody's looking up there. So that's number 3 done out of 10. So we're definitely getting through this a lot quicker. This is probably how long it took us just to put this together. As you can probably tell at this point, I am a bit of a perfectionist. So even having this tiny little nub annoys the crap out of me. Now I'm sure most of these things aren't going to be seen after painting, so when we start painting I might start figuring out what actually matters, and then model building probably won't be so tedious. So you have this piece like this, that piece goes into there somehow. There we go. Now that is a nice spot. That seam is very tight. Like the seam is there, but it's not sticking out like a sore thumb. That is a nice model. So now we just need 37, and then that one's done. So these are getting a bit simpler now. That'd actually be interesting to see how these are put together in the injection molding system. So that piece looks pretty well done, so we can just pop that in. So what is it? So that piece just goes into that hole. Oh, there's a bottom piece as well. So that lines up there, that lines up there, and they should both... I might have pushed that one in first a bit too much. No further instructions on how to do that one, but yep, that's in. There's a bit of a seam, but it's fairly hidden behind the neck. So that piece went together pretty well compared to the others. I still prefer if these would really stick together. So that's 4. Number 5 is 1819. So this clips into the back. Oh, so those line up. That's the indicator. And that's a really, really nice flush piece. I like this as like the hidden seam. Oh, but you've got this, which also works. It's just you can sort of notice it. Whoop, that went flying. Ah, okay. So this piece slots into like the lowest section of the abdomen. So that's going to be a nice and tight seam. It's just his back gets that seam line treatment, unfortunately, which I'm hoping gets painted over. Okay, 21 goes into this arm, completes this pauldron, if I can get it in. Try not to apply pressure to the spears during the assembly. This may cause them to bend. So yeah, it's saying avoid the spear. I don't know if I can get that in any further. But yeah, his pauldron's got that split, unfortunately. I think that's as far as I'm going to be able to push that in. It doesn't even really wedge any further. Alright, and then the shield goes onto the hand. So this thing shows that sort of an angle. I just need to somehow get this into the hole. Why is this so difficult? It's just a damn hole. Why is it so difficult to get it in there? The heck is wrong with this? Holy crap, I'm putting so much pressure on that arm. That's not good. That is not good at all. Let's just try and shave this down a bit. Actually, might just use this. But yeah, that whole arm wants to come off. You can see the white stress line on the, like right there. So that should hopefully go on the hole a bit easier. The body's in the way of my fingers, that's the issue. There we go. Okay, we got it in. Alright, that was quite difficult. Glad I have this sitting by to scrape off the extras. So I might start doing that. I might start taking off the edges of these just to fit them into the things a bit easier. Because it's not so much the tip that matters, it's the back part that causes the friction. This is just sort of to guide it in. So that's number 5 done. This one, apart from that back and the shoulder piece, is actually quite nice. So that's the first half completed. Nice little orc army. And it's nice that they're all different. Because if you were to get a 3D print, a lot of them would only have so many different ones. Well, I guess it would be similar to this, because some people do make 10 different varieties of units. But a lot of the things I've seen is you get like 1 or 2 units. And it's like, well, what are you going to do with them? They're all the exact same. Whereas these are all individuals. So that's nice. There's 10 of them. So that's the first 5 done. Now we're on to 6 through 10.